Ciao Juventini and welcome to my channel again. Today we're gonna cover a big topic that is trending in Italy, Tudor out. Before talking about this topic, I want to remind you to subscribe, share and like. It's important to hear your comment and understand your point of view. Let's start. Okay, I'm in Italy at the moment, so I'm watching a lot of Italian TV. Not everything is available online, which is good because it's giving me a different point of view. The new trend is #IgorOut. My point of view is a completely no sense. It's impossible after a few games go and ask the Juventus to kick out, to fire a manager. Before we talk about this in details, let's analyze the situation, try to understand the situation it is. Okay, first we need to say, Juventus team was created in a very... Juventus team is not a finished team. I know everyone is saying that commonly had to really jump a lot of hoops to buy and to reset the finance of the team that was completely dilapidated by Giuntoli and Motta. And he did what he could, inherited the situation where a lot of loans they need to be repaid. So the financial situation for Juventus wasn't great. But if you analyze only from a sporting point of view, so Juventus has one of the stronger attack in the league. We have 6 strikers that are that can easily play in every single team. From Vlahovic, up and down, David, Hilditz, Conceição, and the Albanian, the new one. Anyway, you know who I'm talking to. So all these players are amazing. When we move backwards in the midfield, we have only 4 midfield. We have Thuram, we have Comeners with new position that now has been given to him, Locatelli and McKennie. That's it. On the left, we have Cambiasso, that's owns the left hand side. And on the right, we have Douglas Luiz. We have they have the new Portuguese. And we don't have a lot of substitution, to be honest. We have Kalulu that's been adopting the role. On the right-hand side, we have another Croatian, which the name is not coming to my mind, and Kostic, but that's it. In the defense, we have a decent defense. We have Cabal again, we have Lukaku, we have Kalulu, we have Gatti, Kelly, and two more, sorry, now it doesn't come to my mind at the moment. We have Rugani as well, and of course Bremer. So if we analyze each position of the field, the attack was stronger, the midfield is completely not... It's a very strong midfield for second division. The defense is okay for half, lower bottom of the league. So that's the reality. That's the team and that's the squad that Juventus has. We could start complaining about and saying, oh, you know, why Comoli didn't buy. But Comoli did what you could to set up a Juventus. And it was a company decision to strengthen the strike, the attack, and slowly build the midfield. Try to buy a midfielder, but they couldn't do it. So that's the reality. Tudor is trying with the team he can. So he built the squad, he built, you know, there is now the squad is becoming a team, there is a feeling, there is an interest for Juventus and the respect for the jersey. But what to say, Tudor, on the other hand, is very stubborn manager. So he plays with 3 defender, 2 midfield, 2 wings, 2 half wings, an attacking midfielder, and 1 striker. And that's how he thinks and believes. is not, as I said, stubborn, is not able to do a step back and understand, okay, this is the player, this is my way of playing football. Maybe there is a mismatch between the two. So I can't play in this way because the team is completely, the midfield is completely unable to protect the defense. The striker are not doing and not going back and protect the midfield. So we can't play in this way. I need to change asset. Maybe he needs to put something else, more midfielders. Maybe he needs to move Cambiasso on the midfield line instead of be a wing. So again, Cambiasso can easily play at that position and play the third midfield. So again, Tudor needs to be a little bit clever, smart, and readjust his belief and in line with the player he have. I feel like at the moment Tudor is quite stubborn on his ideas. He thinks that the team can play his football, so he really pushing his idea. But Juventus is Juventus, is not Udinese or Lazio or Verona where he trained before. Tudor needs to understand now that the pressure at Juventus is so high. He has a lot to lose and not much to win. Last year he had nothing to lose, a lot to win. It wasn't his team. Now it's his team. It's his decision. He is the head coach and he built everything. So that's one thing. He doesn't need to be stubborn as Motta was in the past, and you know how Motta did it. That's the first point. The second point I want to call is the management. Now is the management. Now the job of the management is to protect Tudor. We have a Modesto. Modesto's job is to be the link between the management and what's happening in the dressing room. There are problems, results are not coming, the players are tired. There are a number of reasons, as I mentioned before. The squad has been built wrongly or the preparation was too short, but this is the reality. We can't face it. So he needs to persuade and talk to Tudor and let him understand that Tudor needs to try something else. And even he's stubborn, Modesto's job is to persuade him, to listen, to bring Comolli to the table and Chiellini to the table, have a big meeting, understand, analyze what's happened. If you remember with Allegri a long time ago, there was the same problem. At the third and the fourth game of the season, Juventus didn't win any game. We were almost at the bottom of the league. There was a management meeting, everyone together, they worked together, Juventus won the league. So that is very important. So it's very important that the company, the management steps into and helps Tudor to understand and change the way he sees, where he thinks. We need to understand one thing, that Tudor is not Allegri, Tudor is not Lippi, Tudor is potential good manager. I mean, I'm still believing that can do well in Juventus, but it's not someone really well, a world-class manager. I mean, if I compare, Thiago Motta had a better background, had more preparation than Tudor. He spent a lot of years in PSG. He always had interaction with a lot of top managers, and Tudor hasn't done it. So Tudor is not the most ready a world-class manager. That said, he's growing, he's learning, but he needs to learn quickly. And learning means changing his mind, adapting to what we had. If you remember, when we had Ancelotti after Lippi, Ancelotti knew only one way of playing. And we lost a Scudetto against Lazio because Ancelotti was stubborn and playing only one way. Same mistake he made in Parma with Zola, and the same mistake he made in Juventus with Henry. He was playing left back, and because he was a left, he was fast, so he played left back. Tudor doesn't need to be that. We're not at the level, but Tudor needs to be able to understand, manage the team, change the set, and of course he will do very well. That said, I keep on saying, we are not a team that can win the Scudetto, win the Champions League. We are a mediocre team, but say and be have the mindset of a mediocre team, that's what's wrong. Last thing I want to say, as a striker, even we have the stronger attack of Serie A, the striker not performing as well as supposed to be. Why? The reason he needs to set up hierarchy. He needs to say who is the top striker, who needs to believe it, and who is the substitution. Strikers are very, they really want to feel the love. We know Tudor like Vlahovic, but Vlahovic is not the future of this team. Vlahovic will go. In January, we'll have an agreement with another team, and in June we'll leave. So what's happened? We bought David. David is the new striker, and as far as concerned, Tudor needs to invest time and effort in build his confidence, put him at the center of the attack. And against Villarreal, he felt lost. He didn't know what to do. He has a good skills. He's very fast. He's adapted to a different way of playing with the championship, a different way of playing that's not as fast as France. But he is our striker. Openda. Okay, he sits on the bench and wait. You need to wait. And so Vlahovic will come on 10, 15, 20 minutes before the end of the game and see what he can do. But he needs to make the hierarchy right. He cannot keep on playing and changing striker and understand, try. That's not going to help anyone. That's it for now. We have a big game tomorrow against AC Milan. Let's see what's going to happen. I will try to do a live with the game because I will be able, be in Italy, to watch it live on TV. So I will do a live event. Please join me if you want. But we need to get ready. I mean, Tudor needs to change something and need to start set up the right hierarchy for the striking team. We will play against Rabiot. We will play against Allegri, and they know Juventus quite well. They are very well equipped. Allegri is very well equipped manager, and Rabiot is very good midfield. So we need to be careful. We need to be careful. We need to play with the heart, but we need to have a very strong game plan. Let me know what you think about my comments. Let me know what would be your idea and suggestion for Tudor. Write down. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and support this project. Thank you so much, and always I said, Forza Juve. Bye for now. Ciao.